Hey, what's up guys, it's Loza, thanks for watching. Today's going to be a clip from stream where we compared a lot of Blue Eyes cards to Dark Magician cards, and hey, hopefully we get that new DM structure deck to, measure up to Blue Eyes. But anyway, here it is. Start with Maiden, let's be real. So Maiden of White, level 1, Spellcaster Tuner, Light, 0/0, yep, cool, it's kind of Magician Soulsy. Anyway, send this card from hand or field to grave, place True Light from hand, deck, grave, face up in Spell Trap Zone. Why don't we have that? Pardon me. Now, not to just be rude off the very bat of the first card we're reading, but why don't we have a way to set our Eternal Soul face up? It is mind-numbing that Blue Eyes got that before us, but anyway, that's the first line of text on this card, and we're not even done yet. So this card is already better than Magician Salvation, and we've just done the first line of text. So you can send it from hand or field to grave, right? Place True Light from deck, hand, grave, face up in Spell Trap Zone. Okay, that's pretty good, because if you have a Blue Eyes, then you can special summon it, or you can search, right? Because I'm pretty sure, if we look at True Light, set one spell trap directly from the deck that specifically lists Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text. So you can set the fusion spell to fuse on your opponent's draw phase. You can set... I don't think any of the traps are worth setting. But I think setting Ultimate Fusion, that's a pretty big deal, right? That's pretty damn good. You could set Bingo Machine Go, and then just flip it. You can set Prayers, the new spell. You can just set Prayers, which we're about to read as well. You can set Saga, any of the new cards you can set. So Maiden by itself, Maiden goes to grave, activates True Light. True Light can summon Blue Eyes from hand or grave, which isn't that great unless you have other stuff to do. But you can set a spell trap directly from deck that lists Blue Eyes with a different name from the cards you control in the grave. So that'll be your Fusion, that'll be your Prayers, that'll be your Saga, right? Immediately set new spells that you can flip right away. Insane. By the way, so True Light's already better than Eternal Soul. Maiden's already better than Salvation, and we're not even done with the text on Maiden, so let's keep going. So Maiden says, if you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card's in the grave, special this card. So hold up! This combos with the first effect. The first effect puts her in the grave and sets the trap, right? So you put Maiden in the grave, you set the True Light. True Light specials a Blue Eyes from hand or grave. The Maiden summons herself back, and you can immediately Synchro Summon or Link Summon, do what you want from there, right? That's crazy, but we're not done. There's also another effect. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, special Blue Eyes, or a Light Tuner from your grave. Obviously, it's only from grave. This effect's probably the least relevant part, but it's still good, because if you start doing a combo with Maiden and they go Imperm, you can go quick effect, summon Blue Eyes. If it's in your grave. It's not the best effect, but it's a great third effect. Like, this card's first and second effect are already good. So the third effect being, like, kind of situational, that's fine. Because it could have not been there at all. So this card has 3 effects, 2 of which I think are decent, 1 of which not so great, but that's a good card by my standards. Compared to Salvation, which is basically our closest thing to this. And this still doesn't do any of the jobs of Maiden. Like, Maiden does all its jobs better. It's not even comparable, honestly. It's a joke. The Blue Eyes doesn't have a Link 1 or anything close to it, but let's look at the Link 1 from a constructive perspective, right? Level 4 Dragon or Spellcaster. So yes, you can use this in DM. As you see, I've got it in my deck list right here. You can't special summon except dragons while this is on the field. Not like a condition. It's an effect. So if you get impermed on Spirit of Eyes of Blue, you can now summon anything you like. You're not locked into dragons. It's like an effect. It's very weird. Anyway, you can only use each of the following effects of Spirit of Eyes of Blue once per turn. When this card's Link summoned, take Mausoleum of White from deck, add it to hand or send it to grave. We always add it to hand, right? And then you activate Mausoleum, you target this, and you send Blue Eyes from deck to grave. Or in our case, we send Dark Magician from deck to grave, which is why I think this is a good engine for DM. But anyway, There's another effect that you can use. Tribute this card, special Blue Eyes from hand or grave, but if you special an effect monster from the grave, it can't attack, its effects are negated. So why that's really important is this tags out for literally any Blue Eyes monster in hand or grave, right? Anything. I know it doesn't get the effect, but you know, the levels for syncing, which is important because you can link into this with, say, Maiden or something, and then, hey, boom, bam, I've got Mausoleum, I've milled my Blue Eyes, now I'm going to tribute this and bring the Blue Eyes out. Like, that means in the Maiden combo we talked about earlier, you could overlay. Because Maiden summoned when you... Maiden specials when you special Blue Eyes, and then you link Maiden into Spirit, Mausoleum dump another Blue Eyes, and then you could, yeah, tag this out for the Blue Eyes, overlay, or tag this out for something else, right? There's a lot of options. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. We don't have anything I can really compare to this. This is just their own Link 1. Like, we play Artemis that doesn't do anything, so... Yep, good for them. Alright, next. Saga. Saga of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. Special a Blue Eyes from deck, grave, or banishment and defense. But you can only special Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck the rest of this turn except dragons. I don't think that matters. Like, oh no, we're locked into dragons. There's like 77 good generic dragon cards. That's fine. You can banish this card from your grave. Fusion summon a fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes. It's not bad. I don't even know. Do they play this card? I don't even think they play this card. But it's not a bad card. It summons a Blue Eyes. You banish the fuse. You can only use one Saga effect per turn, only once per turn. Oh, I might be wrong. You might not be able to do both. You can only use one Saga effect. Okay. It's not as good as I thought. It's not that bad, though. It's effectively Magician Souls. Yeah, this one seems not great, to be honest. Compared to Maiden. Maiden was insane. But let's get to Prayer, because I do think this is a good card. It does have a discard, though. Okay. This is a big one. Prayers with the Eyes of Blue. Discard a card for cost. So if you get Ashed on here, you just cry. Right? But anyway. Discard a card. Add a light level tuner. And a spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes from deck to hand. Except Prayers. You can banish this card from grave. Target a Blue Eyes you control. Equip the Blue Eyes from extra deck to it as an equip spell. And give it 400 attack. You can only use each effect once per turn. So you can do both with this card. So you can discard Search 2. It's situational. I don't know if it's situational. Discard 1, add 2. It seems pretty good, Yugi. Okay, I was like, what? This effect seems pretty damn good. And then on top of that, you get to banish to... The equipping thing's a bit weird, but it does tie into some of the newer support. So it makes sense when you, see it later. This card is super solid, and this is like what DM's missing. Right? Circle, Rod, Soul Servant, all long to add a spell that like gets our engine online, gets us going. This is that card for Blue Eyes, right? This is like the engine start. Go. Let's play. But we don't have an equivalent in the spellcaster deck. I'm just going to say that again. Spell casting deck with the Ultimate Wizard of Attack and Defense. We don't have a spell that gets our deck started. Is that not insane? I probably say this every stream, but is that not crazy? That Blue Eyes spells are way better? I think that's all we have to talk about. The other cards are... Like, this is terrible. Kaiser Seahorse is a big no. I don't think there's too many other cards to talk about. They do have the new Synchro. I think it's pretty good. You can cheat into this as well. So that's insane. You can Spirit Tag into this, right? Yeah, you Spirit Tag into this, which is insane. And then when this is destroyed, you can Special Light Dragon from Grave. So you can kind of loop these two, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's just very good. Between the Link one, the Syncs, the new spells, the new Maiden, these cards are insane. These cards are insane. But anyway, back to crying in Master Duel. Well, I said the third effect of Maiden was situational. Maybe that's what he was referring to. Because Maiden, like, the first two effects are, like, very generically good, and then the third effect is, like, if Maiden gets targeted, summon a Blue Eyes from grave or hand. And it's like, okay, well, or maybe it was just grave. So it's like, okay, that one won't come up as much, but that's okay. If it's your starting piece, I mean.